Hello, everyone. Sorry about switching to English. Start with that. So, in 2014, I was at the government, head of information security, and I got this message. You have an attacker inside your network. Basically, from that moment on, as the head of information security, you are mostly freaking out, but after you're freaking out, you need to start taking action. First thing, everything was green. We couldn't see anything on the screens. We couldn't identify anything. And what we did, we started to investigate. But if we investigated too aggressively, the attacker will run away and we will never find him. So we started to replicate all the network and investigate in every packet in the network. Eventually, the cyber intelligence team's telling me, your system is leaking. We can see on the other side that the attacker is starting to collect information from your network. And after approximately 2 weeks of investigation, we found out that this attack was basically one of the activities I did as a honeypot, and basically the hackers was leaking false information. But the purpose of this story is mostly to let you know that without cyber intelligence, you're blind. Google, as part of this understanding, since 2009, we faced an attack by Chinese hackers called Project Aurora, if you're familiar with. In that situation, basically they leveraged few 0 days in order to penetrate Google to reach out to activists inside of China. And the story that I'm telling you about 2009 and today, that is Google right now, is not only proactively analyzing every group of cyber globally, we identifying, if you will see over here, for above 4,000 uncategorized groups, meaning that every group we are analyzing, understanding what they are doing, we're understanding their techniques, we're understanding which groups they are attacking, if they're attacking government, if they are trying to penetrate in order to gather information or just for financial. This screen is basically telling you that if you don't know that information, they will surprise you. They will come with their techniques, and right now with AI, they will surprise you, and you will be on your knees trying to lift up your environment. And M-Trends, this is what Google is publishing every year. We published it on 2025. We will publish one in the upcoming weeks. And what you can see over here, that the most useful activities is exploit. And before that, it was phishing, it was other things. The main reason why I'm mentioning it is because exploits, meaning that hackers know much better how to use code and how to basically reach out to your system, which was not what it used to be. They used to try with phishing, used to try with very basic stuff, and today we can see they are becoming much more sophisticated, and we all need to be prepared for it. And the target attacks that we see, of course, we are here as we're speaking about governments. Of course, most hackers is about money. 10% still is government. If you will see over here, approximately 10%. But who are those 10%? What they are doing, what they are collecting, what are the main target? Is it 10% that just randomly reach out to an infrastructure in Greece? Or is it a group that is basically preparing for the D-Day? This is what you need to understand. They are not playing around. They are collecting information. They are hacking in. And then they are settling down for years sometimes in order to make the next move. Maybe sometimes it will be political. Sometimes it will be just to make sure they are manipulating some decision in the countries. And we still see that most of the organizations, governments and non-governments, not really prepared for those next generation attacks. One of the things we are seeing that we're still analyzing the information we are collecting. We are unable to collect the entire information when we're speaking about nations. We're still blind, we still have a big blind spots, and we're trying to get decisions based on the information we still have. And it is like, if you want to look at it, most of you probably play chess or understand chess in a sense. If you're playing chess this way, probably you can beat me, but if you will try to, when I'm holding and playing against you like that, starting to be more difficult. And this is exactly cyber intelligence. Basically, this is the way Google used to work, and they understand that we need to be few steps ahead if we have 9 applications with 1 billion users daily. We have to be one step ahead, and this is what we did. We basically generated a product called Google Threat Intelligence, GTI, the shortcut. This one is combining the crowdsource information. Crowdsource is VirusTotal, if you're familiar. This is one of the most open source projects. Everyone is sharing information to this platform. This is the largest malware platform. This is the largest domain, IP, and so on. We're taking that information, combining it with the information Google is collecting. We have the safe browsing. Probably most of you got to a screen, red screen saying that your website you are trying to reach out is unsafe, go to safety. This is exactly safe browsing. And the last thing is Mandiant. Mandiant is basically our intelligence unit inside Google. We're analyzing all those threat groups, we're living inside their networks, and basically we're sharing the information with governments and with organizations to be ready for the D-Day. And if we're speaking about the next generation, so everything is going to be agentic. We're speaking about AI and agentic and robots, and probably everyone standing on this stage will mention it. What does it mean from cybersecurity perspective is that those agents, you won't be able to fight them with humans. If the other side is fighting you with agents, you have to fight with agents. Because humans will never be, if you put human in the loop, the human will be the bottleneck to basically break the chain, and then the attacker will gain inside your network. We are not ready to stop the attacks versus agent, and this is why we need agents on our side, and this is what Google is doing. Google generated a lot of systems that basically operating those agents on the good side. I think that jumping in AI, I think most of you know that approximately 2 years everything was manual. We used ML or stuff like that, and then we jumped to assistant. Like you are chatting with Gemini, telling him, help me out with this document. So the same with cyber. Help me write this rule, help me protect this network. We are right now in semi-autonomous, meaning that we have agents that doing some of the activities, but once we will get to the final step, meaning those agents will fight agents, and we as humans will basically manage those fleets. We will have to manage those fleets and moving them in between the attacks once they are coming. In Google, we already have agents doing it for us. If some of you ever dealt with threat hunting, I did it myself a long time ago. Threat hunting was to find a needle in a haystack. You have some kind of query you're thinking you can find, and then you're starting to analyze all your databases and starting to try to find the attacker inside. If you will try to do it manually, even if you have some kind of a lead, normally it used to take a few days to a week. And right now we have basically an agent doing it. If you see a report going from Mandiant or from any other agency, that report can be automatically, the agent will take the information, will take the IOC, will take all information you will give him, and automatically will do threat hunting on your entire database. This is totally game changer, and it is going on. There is agents doing reverse engineering and analyzing malwares. There is agents automatically operating in our SOCs. And one of the things we see is that since AI became so useful, the attackers not only aiming to, if they want the government, and if they want the military, for example, they won't attack the military. They will go hunt the entire supply chain of the military. Over there, they have leverage, because right now they have AI, So they don't need to attack one single unit. They can attack 200, 2,000, 30,000, depending on the size of the organization. And we can see that exactly this is the next generation war that we're facing. And if you won't be prepared to it, if you won't be ready to maintain and gather all the information and to see a nation-state monitoring, then you will be blind to it. Because if you will think that you can protect your organization on your top secret network, blocking it and saying, I'm protected, then they will attack you on your chain. So Google, basically what we did, we invented something called Cyber Shield. Cyber Shield is the way to monitor the entire nation. We did it in Israel, we did it in Israel, and we did it in Europe, in Asia, with countries that basically right now we're taking Google SecOps. It's the security operation of Google, and what we're doing is monitoring the entire infrastructure of the country. Think about the way you are monitoring your organization. This is what we are doing with the nation level. Every tenant that you see over here is basically one sector. It can be the energy sector, it can be the financial sector, and then if what I mentioned before, if they will try to basically manipulate the supply chain, we will be ready for it. We have eyes on the entire national visibility, and then we can move our fleet of agents to protect them. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.